Hey guys, so I am going to be cleaning up the incubator. There's some feathers from the last batch. I've already wiped it off. This is all sanitized from last year. So I'm just gonna, whoa. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out and I got Bitsy yelling in the background. So I'm gonna just try to get this cleaned up and ready to go. Eve is hiding back here. Can I have my screwdriver, please? For Thursday. Oh, that one doesn't fit.
Mama, how about you use the big one?
The big one doesn't fit.
Yes, it does. The big one just takes.
There we go. Sorry, I got the washer and dryer going in the background right now, too, on top of which today is chore day all the way around. But I am getting this, see if I can get a better angle on this here for you guys. So we have to be careful because there's multiple little pieces on this. But through this process of incubating, you want to keep everything sanitized as possible. Sorry, I set you guys on my rag. So this has just little baby chick feathers from our last batch stuck in it. When I put this away, I cleaned the bottom tray and the plate run, but I never did the top. So that's what I'm trying to do now. And this isn't going to be 100%, and it's not the worst case scenario if it's not perfect, but we just want to get it cleaner than what it was. Especially since this is just like feathers. It's not like it's baby chick poop like the bottom. Because when they do hatch, we leave them in until they're about 90% dry, or everybody has come out of their eggs. For the simple fact of we have to be cautious and make sure that nobody has pipped, because they can kind of shrink wrap inside their egg if you open them up and they have pipped. So that's better than what it was. Go ahead and put this back together here. So this little guy sticking up is actually the humidity and or temperature sensor. So on the top of this incubator, it's kind of nice. It gives you controls for temperature setting and reading for all of that. God, I love putting screws back into plastic when they don't want to line up.
Mama, the camera shut off.
It's not shut off, it just went into dark mode, honey.
Mama, is it because of your hand?
No.
Is it because of the incubator?
No, the camera just does it, honey. It's a setting on it to keep it to save battery. Can you not push on the deep freezer right now, honey?
Because there's a thing in it.
I know. Can you not move it? Evelyn?
I'm not moving it.
Alright.
Oh, and I also have these shoes on.
Evelyn, go.
No.
So this is all back together. I don't have it plugged in, but once I do, we'll reset it all, make sure that the turner works properly. Port A and B here for water to keep humidity up at the time. So we'll fill up A until about day 18, which is when the turner comes out, so about 3 days before hatching, and then pot B gets filled up so they have enough humidity to make sure that their shells stay wet so they can hatch appropriately and don't end up having their lining kind of attached to them. This little guy here can help control humidity as well. If it gets too much humidity in there, I can let it out, or if it's not storing enough. We have a very dry house because we heat with wood, so that's kind of just a little bit about the incubator. As we get ready to hatch, we will show you guys more.
Hi.
So these are, whoa, some of the hatching eggs. This one is a Polish, and then we have Silkies. I need to label them with group A and group B because they were laid on different days. So I'm gonna do that real quick, just with a pencil.
What do you mean with this?
Evelyn, do not touch the eggs with the screwdriver or you will be in trouble, young lady.
Okay.
So these were laid today, actually. So we're labeling those with B. These are gonna be group A. This also ensures that when they go to turn in the incubator, I can tell which side is up and which side is down. And this one we're gonna put a P on since this is actually a Polish egg. We try to keep them separated here. The Polish I'll put in the middle of the incubator, and the Silkies I'll put in the outer ring. We should have more before we fire up the incubator on Thursday. All right, so we had Cooper unfortunately test positive for some roundworms last week. So we are doing a treatment on everybody. So we use Safeguard deworming for the type of worms that they are, since they are roundworms. And the chickens, for what they get 3 milliliters of medication. So we're just gonna get this ready real quick. This is relatively clean. The baby chicks were the only ones that used it. They only used it for a little bit. So just gonna break it down real quick. Take some dish soap, get it kind of just rough cleaned. It doesn't have to be perfect. They're chickens. They drink out of mud puddles. That's their favorite. So, but clean enough to put medication in. This is also brand new water, so it's not like it needs super scrubbed in depth. So, put a little pump of soap in there. But we are gonna do this medication, 3 milliliters, the Safeguard Goats, for 3 days. This has 0 egg withdrawal. The Aquasil that is made for chickens too has 0 egg withdrawal. It's the same medication, same base drug. Unfortunately, our store was just out of the one that's actually labeled for chickens. There's a lot of people, and majority of people that will say do not use X, Y, and Z if it's not intended for label use. And I 100% agree with that unless you are comfortable with it and you have done it before and it has worked for your flock. In this case, it has for us. Always advise your veterinary, consultant, if that's a vet tech, if that's actually a vet themselves, the doctor, or what have you. So for us though, this works for us. This is what we do. We're just showing you. So I'm gonna let this kind of run a little bit cold. I don't want it too cold. I had it on pretty hot. I want it almost room temperature or lukewarm, because this medication actually gets stored at room temperature. It does not get refrigerated. So I'm gonna let this fill up with 1 gallon of water. Inject the 3 milliliters into it. Woo, that did not come apart easy at all. I'm gonna just go ahead and rinse this out while it's in here. So we are gonna dose them at night, our main flock, because they tend to drink better at night. Our 2 smaller coops we will actually do after them. We're just gonna use the same container for medication. So yeah, they will get this every night for the next 3 days. And this will take care of their tummy problems, and in 10 days we will treat them again. We have not seen any signs of worms in our chickens at all. This is more so precautionary. The situation with Cooper is he was dewormed before we got him, and we never actually wormed him ourselves. So They have a bunch of different dogs on their properties, bunch of mamas, and even after he got dewormed, if he went and nursed off of a mama, he could have picked up worms, basically. He could have eaten animal poop that had worms in it. Even though we keep our animals on monthly preventatives, it still can happen. So we don't know if it came with him, because he wasn't due for fecal because we had his vet records, and it said he was dewormed twice, which they did their job. There's nothing wrong with that. It just so happens that unfortunately he had him. So we are gonna go take this out to the coop now. Evelyn, I'll be right back, okay? I gotta take the medicine out to the chicken coop. No, honey. So, it's a little dark outside. We're gonna take this to the coop though. We do not put this out where, oh hi Bitsy, off where the dogs can get to it. There's a lot of stuff I can trip over in the yard. Lots of dogs too. So Bitsy, back. So Bitsy's in the front fence. Winnie and Coop, back guys, back. Are in the back fence. They think I have snacks for them. Because Cooper being little Mr. Worm infested buddy, which he had no worms in his coop. It was so very strange, the whole situation. But our vet's accurate. I trust them. They are doing what we need to do. Hello, ladies. So they are already drinking. That was relatively quick and easy. Winnie, you don't need in here. So this gal I need to get our saddle out for. Unfortunately, Rusty has picked her as his favorite. So along with Blue back there, and then this one's twin. Those are both olive eggers, so that's pretty much 100% guarantee that those olive eggs in that nesting box back there are probably very fertile. So, yeah, I'm talking about you, mister. You need to be nice to your women. Yeah. 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 He's friendly. He just doesn't always like people necessarily, but he's not like Daddy-O and like Snuggles. So they will drink that whole gallon. That'll be enough medication to treat them 3 days, and then we'll treat everybody else, the other 2 coops, 3 consecutive days with one, 3 consecutive with the other. And then these guys will be on day 10, and they will get medication again, and then we'll be done. The nice part is there's 0 egg withdrawal with this medication, so we can continue to eat, sell, and use our eggs as we need to. So, Winnie, being a chunky girl, eating all the food. Mr. Coopy boy. Hi. Hi, Stinky boy. Hi, Possum girl. So they have nicknames, obviously. She likes to breathe heavy and hold her tongue back in her mouth all funky when we drive places, so she looks like a possum screaming at you. I'll try to see if Nick can find the photo and put it in the video. Wow! So you guys can see it. Coopy! Coopy! Oh, Winnie, you're getting me all dirty. Coopy buddy. So, hopefully we can get some weight back on him with some puppy food at night and getting him dewormed. We will retest him in 3 weeks too. So that way we know he's good, and Winnie will have fecal done at the same time, and Bitsy. So it's natural, it happens. Parasites live in our world everywhere. So, all right, Winnie. Winnie. Oh, girl, you gonna break?